What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it is the first time you're touching down on this channel, welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. We talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. And today I'm going to be showing y'all some of my recent fitted hat pickups. It's been a minute since I did one of these videos. Normally I kind of just unbox and go. I've also been showing a lot of stuff on Instagram early, so if you're not following me on Instagram, you might want to go ahead and do that. And if you're not subscribed, I have to ask, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am back to uploading 3 times a week. I'm coming for that 20K and more. So let's get it. Let's grow this community that I started building on this channel. I appreciate all of y'all that are still here rocking with me. Let's get into these hats. So the first hat I want to show y'all is from Hat Club. This is from the Hat Club Tortoise Pack collection, which I think a lot of people were hip to, but I feel like this one in particular might have been a little bit slept on. I slept on it at first too, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that I sleep on and then I come around later. I'm not afraid to admit that. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to, kind of see the vibe and feel it out. This is one of those things. But on drop day, I realized I had to have it, so I went ahead and I copped. This is the Tortoise Pack, Hat Club Tortoise Pack, LA Dodgers. Get into that front logo. You got the tortoise shell pattern inside the front logo. I don't know how they did that. If I had to guess, this is just speculation because I have no idea. It looks like they used a camel pattern and just recolored it so that it would look like tortoise shell, which if that is what happened, that is some creative thinking right there. And sometimes you gotta have, creative thinking outside the box to get new things, to get different things. And I'm always telling y'all that out of the box thinking is how we end up with really good hats. I don't wanna see the same old hats week after week, month after month, year after year. I don't know about y'all, but I like the new stuff. Give me something different. And this is different. Tortoise shell is already like a huge kind of accessory pattern just in fashion in general. So bringing that over to fitted hats, genius. But let's get into that side patch. The side patch really sold it for me. It was between the Dodgers and the Phillies. The Phillies was cold too, but I ended up going with the Dodgers because of the side patch. I do not have this side patch in my collection. I actually don't think I have any Shohei Ohtani side patches or hats in my collection, so this will be a first for me. So on this side patch, you have kanji writing at the top, and that says Shohei Ohtani in kanji. Down the sides, it says his name in English. You have a Japanese flag, and then his jersey number, which is 17, nice and big in that Dodger royal blue. It's a big side patch. It's a beautiful side patch. Get into all of those details. Crazy work. I love it. The way they worked in the tortoise shell and the gold threading on the outside, nasty. Shout out to Freddie, because I believe this is Freddie's work. Flat batterman on the back, that's white in the middle, and then you have the tortoise shell pattern on both sides. I didn't even tell y'all the base colors. I skipped that and went straight into the details. So yeah, this is a two-tone hat. This is a off-white crown and navy visor, navy button on top to match gray UV black sweatband. The hat was made in Bangladesh, and I'll give y'all one more look at the crown. That's what the shape is looking like. Another fitted hat that I picked up recently. This one is a NoHo exclusive, Hat Club NoHo exclusive. Shout out to John. He designed this for the Hat Club NoHo Good Feets pack, which was a pack inspired by different sneakers. So one of the hats was inspired by Little Yachty's Concrete Boys Air Force Ones. There was a couple of other hats in the pack, and this one, which is inspired by the New Balance 992 Joe Fresh Goods Anatomy as a Heart, or Don't Be Mad, whichever one you want to call it. And I do have that shoe. It's one of my favorite New Balances. It's the New Balance that got me into New Balances. So for me, I guess you could say it's the New Balance of all New Balances. And also the 992 and 993 are my favorite silhouettes. Really nice Cubs joint, two-tone, red crown, black visor, black button on top. A lot going on with that Chicago Cubs front logo, so let's go ahead and break it down. On the outer ring of the Cubs logo is a pink threading. On the inside ring, it's a silver threading. The Cubs face itself, I want to say is like a gold. I think it's one of the gold threadings. And then the inside of the Cubs face looks like it might be a sail, like a light sail threading. Sail, cream, tan, that color range right there for the inside of the face. It all comes together very nice. It's very subtle. It's not a in-your-face front logo. It's one of the ones that you have to have in hand to really see all of the details and how John like brought everything together, but it looks really nice. Be alert for foul ball side patch, and you have some more red in there, some more gold, there's a little bit of blue. You have some blue laces as well for that shoe, so it all works together. Flat batterman on the back, cream in the middle, red on one side, pink in the opposite corner, gray UV, black sweatband. Shout out to John once again, he did his thing with this hat right here. The next hat I bought is an A-frame, and if you've been watching this channel for a minute, you know I have not picked up an A-frame in a very long time. This might actually be my first A-frame, my first New Era A-frame. I have hats from independent companies that are in the style of A-frames, and I have hats that are snapbacks from independent companies. But I don't think I have a New Era A-frame. So this will be my first one, and I've been on the hunt for a good A-frame that I wanted to purchase because I have an idea for a series in my mind that can only come together if I buy hats of a certain type. So the A-frame was the first one I wanted to check off my list, and finally this popped up on a New Era site, and I was like, this is cool, this is different, I'm bringing this home. New Era teamed up with a company called Hyperfly. I was not familiar with them, but I did do my research, and it seems like they're just kind of into giving back to their community and like spreading awareness about Asian culture, which I think is pretty dope. It's pretty cool. On the front of the hat, you can see it has some characters that are not English letter characters. The hat is actually in katakana, which is Japanese. So it says NYX in katakana. You can definitely tell that that is the NYX logo. It's just been reworked a little bit. I think it's sick. I think they did a great job. They didn't change much else. You still have the royal blue, cream, orange, typical NYX colors. It's just working in a little bit of a different culture. On the side, it says Re Katakana Collective in English, snap closure on the back, and then you have a little bit of a branding hit for Hyperfly right there. On the inside, you have a NBA tag as well as a Hyperfly tag. And on that Hyperfly tag, it actually says, "Get your hands off my dome, homie," which I thought was pretty cool. A little nice detail. I thought it was funny. So that is the Re Katakana Collective hat that I picked up from New Era. Last but definitely not least, the Hat Club and Ronnie Fitted's Ryuk inspired hat. I love Death Note. Love, love, love Death Note. It is the anime that really got me into animes. Yeah, we've all watched different animes coming up as kids, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, all of that stuff. But the anime that really sent me down that path was Death Note. It's always the one that I recommend to people. If you want to know where to start with anime, Death Note. Ryuk is a Shinigami, which is a god if you've never seen the show. He's a very tall, very dark figure that follows around Light after giving him the Death Note. So this hat is inspired by Ryuk's colors. And Ronnie did it perfectly. I don't have any Skull Chiefs in my collection, and this is probably going to be the first and last Skull Chief that I pick up because it's not a logo that I go crazy for. I just couldn't go without copping this one. This is a two-tone joint, black crown, satin visor. This is a satin navy visor, so get into that for a second. Satin navy, brown button on top, Hat Club Skull Chief logo, all of the different colors in there to represent Ryuk. There's a little bit of yellow, there's lavender, there's a lot of metallic, a lot of colors, but it's perfectly executed. Hat Club's 1992 side patch, and it uses a lot of the same colors, but now you have some more of that blue in there and the introduction of gold. Nothing on the back, of course, because the Skull Chief is one of Hat Club's designs. Lavender UV, I love to see it. Y'all know how much I love lavender. No, actually, some of y'all might not know because I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it in a while because color UVs have kind of just been on their way out. So I'm so happy that this has a color UV. It is perfect to go with this hat. The lavender UV is everything. Hopefully this is a sign, and the Saltwater Taffy collection is a sign that slowly maybe we'll start to see color UVs make a comeback because I really liked that era of fitted hats. Give me the colors, give me all the flavors. So those are some of my recent pickups. Do me a favor, and if you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love. I would really appreciate it. Trying to continue to grow this community that we've been building over here. I appreciate those of y'all that are still watching, still rocking with me. It's all love. I really appreciate y'all, especially the day ones. But yeah, let's keep running it up, and I will check y'all out in the next one.